right back into it, ladies and gentlemen, of always continue.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I should probably apologize. Yeah, this is I want to say the second bit, but it might be too. A relationship. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions.
Okay, I had to so bad. Oh yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
I hate you.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Some people are thinking, what do you say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
I have two facts for why you're a monster. First, nobody does that weird ass little when they get called a monster unless they are to some degree. Second is that in another timeline, you beat the shit out of me with your bare hands, like you broke ribs with your listen, I don't want to. I mean, you can be strong, but like that doesn't. I have a dagger. The fact that matters, I should have not been killed, and yeah.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I'll see what I can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy.
Her
far
eyes
too
look
solid for you
kind
to
of normal
even
now.
imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the prince.
Do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out. Is someone else here? You try the door here. Your shouts, and I'll repeat myself. You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Will I get the same ending? I'm doing more or less the same actions, but she's different. So what will happen?
Against your better judgment, you place you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make. She didn't so much as utter. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to
She's
face
not
you,
happy this
her
time.
fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. As the princess of watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges. Stop it. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat.
Damn, okay. The first one was like the innocent princess. This one's just like, I will stab you through the heart if need be. No moral
Her
qualms.
face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark. And
Shut up. Okay, so she was different. I still did more or less the same
You're on a
actions.
path in
So
the
what happens
woods,
now?
And at the end of that path, you're here to slay
What voice
her.
do I get?
If you don't,
A terrible sense of
a
deja vu.
terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
So that's the voice of the.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
All right, we have a skeptic in our head.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
What did you say, deja vu? I'm pretty sure it really happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Oh, the contrarian probably could have told me something. Here, wait 1 sec. If I load, this one was the one that I had the. Sec.
So, someone put you up to this.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
Her sharp eyes. She isn't suggesting she is. Don't just tell her that. Princess, she doesn't know. She knows what she'd do.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us, whoever sent you to slay me, claimed that doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think
she has a point.
Sorry, I'm skipping. It's just I want to get there.
I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, but you don't really know me.
She's right about one thing.
Like I said. So do you trust me, the prisoner,
She's wrong. She hesitates before.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers.
To. Oh,
You know. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to.
Just gotta get to where we were. So yeah, just a bunch of skipping and blah, blah, blah. I want to hear what the contrarian might say about this.
Fine, I'll indulge you.
So let's skip.
Let's say for a moment, if you're back here, the absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy it. But this is a thought. Sure you are. Anyway, what do you mean? If it's the latter, do you think what a oh, how I wish you're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Let's talk about the
Just
princess.
be quick about it. People. Look. Oh, of course. Yes. Right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that I've told you not to say.
A lot of redoing stuff to see if it's
given us
different.
An ounce of proof. You do what proof? Literally. Fine. Check your pockets.
Wait, this is something.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess." That doesn't prove any. I wish I could tell you more, but there are some. You mean you're exactly? I think we've got everything. Great.
All right, interesting.
A warning.
I'm gonna save it here because this is what we've.
She will lie.
I know.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Well, he can't physically wink.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a
So it's called a
cozy
prisoner.
woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls and thick, wrought. The only furniture
Sorry, I'm
is an
skipping.
iron table. The blade is your.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? You reach forward.
What?
And
Now
rub
it's
your
gone.
hand against the cabin wall. But there was a, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, you take the blade from the table. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
So Kevin's there from the last time.
Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before.
This is what he said before.
So focus up.
Alright. Okay. This is getting more complicated, I feel
The
like.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old, her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
What the-
stairs and
okay.
lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you.
Damn, they really
Her
had their
collar
prisoner
around
this
her neck
time.
clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah, I agree with
That was
that.
there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
It was.
Oh, when you're having conversations with yourself.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been told to kill you. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly?
Thanks. Okay, the skeptic's my number 2. I like the hero, but the skeptic sometimes hits where it's
These were
important.
supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Hey, one second, I gotta check something. Is this a window cap? No, okay.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what?
Thank you.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those...
He's on it!
We didn't have to talk in circles.
The skeptic knows what's
I
up.
needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough, I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
Well, it's all the balls broke.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Technically, you're the 4th.
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Now I'm feeling bad.
Get it? It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? It's not exactly. He gets it. You're lucky.
Sorry,
So
I skipped
don't
that. It
waste
looked like a
time
long
by
text.
messing it up again.
My ears can only hear for so
Alright?
long.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. I won't. Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. Just give it a rest. This isn't...
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Yeah, what you were asking me about my intentions earlier. What do you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
We can't cut her out because it's around her neck.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
That would be both your hands and head.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Thank you.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Thank you.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Does this just mean I'm the heroic skeptic? or a skeptic hero? Your head is, yeah, how am I supposed to cut you out? Your head's in a shackle.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me. And watch me work.
Well, who wants to see a self-decapitation?
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
She probably knows she can't die.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely.
How is she gonna reach me, dude?
She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Look at her. She cannot reach me.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling it. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you
I don't want to
doesn't
listen to this.
sound great.
What about the
What
pros?
about the pros? There are none. The
Yeah.
pros are that we can't trust him. Possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That other channel on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say.
I'm making a save. Making a save, just to be safe. And,
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain my... And what? Is it going to lock this? I don't know. He doesn't want us to look at it. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
don't lock it on myself. Fucking, like, try to see if it locks by itself, and then, if it doesn't lock.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
But, well, you know. How do you already
Come out
know?
and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled
for
by
fuck's
some
sake.
odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Come on.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, The same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
I got achievement. Prison of the mind. Become your own jailer.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Wait.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
It's interesting seeing the room from the other angle.
That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Yeah, about how this room works.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, something else.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
I like the skeptic. If you keep, I want to call him a skeptic. Well, maybe. Sober boat. What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Listen, I've lived my life I haven't lived that long of it, but I will know this. Waiting is a fool's errand. Things don't happen when you wait. You make things happen. There's waiting, and then there's not realizing nothing will change. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
On for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
I mean, no, I guess I can understand. Did you know this could happen to me?
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
Shut up.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes.
Why do you have control over this, Dick?
And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
No, that's not true. You said she'd escape if we didn't do anything, and well, we can't do anything, so she'll have to escape if you're being truthful, which I highly doubt.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
Uh-huh.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
It's true.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Hey, have you noticed basement changing?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
I'm being serious.
Still rude.
Uh-oh!
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
I love the skeptic. Fuck, move over, hero. The skeptic is my favorite.
She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Yeah, we haven't either.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then...
His voice is going away.
And?
He left.
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
I guess that's true.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh, it's coming back. You do not get a chance to respond, will you ever? It's time to leave as the memory
She's
returns.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
It's no use, guys.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me, we've been here before and we always get
But
scared.
it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
So they... It's not the end for you, but... It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll say that, I guess, but I don't think it's a good thing to say.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
There has to be, right? No, that's my only option. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you see what's in it. The below. You've grown. You've grown. So as I get more voices, I grow too. See to the cabin.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much has changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Can you give me a straight
I'm
answer?
sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
That's it. See, that's what I was saying. That's important. What I bring is important than what I say. So the choices I make matter more than what the dialogue options. Okay, I'm glad I went down this path then instead of the murder, because at least with this one it's like I did try saving in a sense. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
I hope it lets me do multiple things just to be safe. Remember, kids, always save. What else do? What do you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Which is to say, you don't know, it changes.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
What desire do you have right now?
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Alright. I'm gonna save it. Listen, I have had PTSD before. Not well. I know you should always save. But I'll shut up about that. That's my explanation. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible, The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've ever met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
It means you're good somewhere in there, where you are. I guess you'd always like, okay. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
That's true.
My joy isn't seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Yeah.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
If that's the case, then I have to bring you back what will make you a person, I guess. Because it seems like I have all the control, and that's not right. If you're to be your own entity, you need to have your own control. So, I've given you someone. The first princess was someone who wanted to please and be kind and make people happy. And then I brought you someone cynical, clever, slightly and cold. With those combined, I don't know. I hope it's not that bad. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I don't want to ask this. If I attack the entity, I fear it won't work and I'll die. If I destroy my body, I fear I'll die. Things to try at another time, but in this one, you have to do it right.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Goodbye. Everything goes dark. And you die.